Sports Bash, Fine 5, Ugly 5. These are the 5 best, 5 worst teams in the NFL as ranked by us. It's our weekly power rankings, kind of our individual thoughts. Let's go with the Ugly 5. These are the 5 worst teams in the league. Geoff Mosher, who's number 5?
Number 5 is a new entrant for me. I gave them 2 weeks, and they proved to be very worthy of this distinction. It's the Cincinnati Bengals at 0-2. Now, I gave them 2 weeks because I thought week 1, you went out to Seattle, you played the Seahawks fairly toughly, so maybe you're not as bad as you thought, but then they came home and just got waxed by a 49ers team that I'm still not convinced is very good. So they're my 5th most ugly team.
5th worst, not the worst.
Correct.
5th worst.
Because that's how we do it on this show.
I'm just making sure you know, man.
You think I'll put the Bengals as the worst? When
Yes.
Next week you left the Dolphins out.
You guys are
Yes, I
holding that
would.
against me for the rest of my life. I can see now.
That
Correct.
Dolphins moment is, what's that running back from the Chiefs?
Darwin Thompson.
Yeah, that's your moment.
Hey. Darwin, it's not over yet. He might get some touches this week.
Not Pete Thompson, Har.
Yeah.
Not Charles Darwin hair.
All right, my turn. I got the Bengals as well. 5th worst.
Oh, how about that?
Yep.
Oh, is it just because you're sitting next to me and just
No.
started scribbling furiously there?
No, absolutely not.
I got the Bengals, too. They've given up 62 points. They got waxed at home. John Ross had a good game, though.
Yeah.
We were correct
Throw
about
that
him
in
on the
there, but,
All-In podcast.
We nailed that.
Yeah, 62 points is, right now, one of the worst in all of football. Actually, no, I have Cincinnati 4. My 5th team is Washington. Washington is my 5th worst team, then Cincinnati. Washington's given up more points than Cincy has, 63, and they've scored 48. Their offense is better than Cincinnati's is, actually, but they've got all sorts of problems.
Who wins that game on a neutral field in your mind?
Who cares?
Certainly not the fans.
I mean, come
Keenum
on.
versus Dalton, throw the records out.
Oh, yeah.
That's just what the
I'm
what the
going
people want.
Washington 5, Cincy 4. Who's your 4?
My 4th is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lost their quarterback, Nick Foles. Is about to lose their best overall player in Jalen Ramsey. They can't score. I mean, they go to Houston. They put up a good fight with their D, lose 13-12. But the bottom line is the song remains the same for them. 0-2 and headed for another bad season.
I promise I'm not copying off Geoff Mosher, but I also have the Jacksonville Jaguars at number 4.
Dude, listen, if you have the Dolphins as your worst team, not that I'm just saying, like,
Well, I would imagine,
how does any of us not?
I would imagine all of our
Spoiler.
top 3 teams are probably the same.
Yeah,
Although, no.
No, I
see.
bet they're
We'll
different.
see. Well, my number 3 worst team, I gave you my 4. So I have Washington, Cincinnati, the Giants are my 3rd worst team. They made a quarterback change already. Their defense is absolutely atrocious. You know, them and Washington have both given up 63. The problem is the Giants have only scored 31. Washington scored 48. So I like the Giants as my 3rd worst team in the league.
I'm going to start before Geoff here. My number 3 is also the New York Giants. That quarterback change, they're a dumpster fire.
You know, the spread actually went from -6.5 to -7 with the
Ooh.
quarterback change. They actually valued Eli more.
how about that?
Shocking.
Well, then they're overlooking. I have the Giants, number 3 as well.
Okay.
But they're all overlooking, and we even in our discussions we are too, why the Giants are the 3rd worst team. The quarterback has been bad, no doubt, but their defense is atrocious.
Yep.
They gave up 28 points at home to the Buffalo. It's not like the Buffalo Bills or the Rams here.
You know what's interesting, too, with both New York teams? Quarterbacks are hurt, running backs are studs, and they're getting way overworked. Barkley and Bell. I mean, I'm not rooting for an injury. I hope it doesn't happen, but you got to assume that that's coming,
Yeah, I
potentially.
mean, 35 points to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Now, 28 points to the Bills of all teams. The Giants are a train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually the reason I had the Giants there. I said their defense, 63 points.
Yeah,
Yep.
terrible.
There you
Awful.
go.
Well, you said nobody has mentioned their
No,
defense.
I was when we were talking about the quarterback change and then how the odds
Yeah.
changed. Yeah.
All right, Jets are number 2. They're the 2nd worst. They've only given up 40 points, though. So their defense is a little better than these other teams, but they've only scored 19 points. Their offense is a disaster. And it's going to be interesting when the Jets and the Dolphins play, what the spread of that game is going to be. But the Jets are one of the 20-point underdogs this week.
Yeah, it's not good for the Jets. I also have the Redskins at number 2. I do not believe in
Wow,
them. They're
that
0-2.
bad.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Do
okay.
you not have the Jets on your list at all?
No, I don't. I have them right outside the fringe there.
Wow.
As sixth worst. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I threw the Redskins up a little high. Giants,
I
Jags,
feel like that's
Bengals.
as egregious as you leaving the Dolphins out.
Well,
now I know he's not copying
It's
off
not
me.
that can't even say the word. Egregious. Yeah. So that's my number 2 wild card pick there for the ugly.
That's definitely a wild card pick. I'm with Mike. I have the
I mean-
Jets. You know, I don't even think I had the Jets in the top 4, but I mean, when you're down to your third string quarterback, and then you already lost to Nua. I mean, Sam Darnold out for a long time, and this is a now poll, so not a future poll. They're definitely the second worst team in football as we speak.
And the Dolphins are number 1.
Yep.
I'm
By the way,
actually
just some numbers on the Dolphins. They've given up 102 points already. They've scored 10. They've given up 102.
Not
Their
the
differential in 2 weeks is minus 92.
that's comedic.
Minus 92.
Minus 92. The Jets are only a minus 21. Like, I feel like we're piling on the Jets a little more,
We
mainly
are.
because of the quarterback situation.
Right, and this might
And the
change.
fact that they're a 20-point underdog.
Yeah, I think it's more that there's such a huge gulf between 1 and 2. Like, the Jets can win a few games, maybe. You know,
That's why I left them out.
All right, well, I can understand that. I just think that Washington's better than people credit them for. They just happen to play 2 really good teams so far.
That's true.
Yeah. Could
Um,
be.
All right, let's go to the Fine Five. These are the 5 best teams in the league. Geoff Mosher, who's the 5th best team in the league?
5th best team in the league are the Seattle Seahawks. I like them. I've liked them from the start. I can't say that they've been so impressive from a points for, points against, but you know what? They went into Pittsburgh, got a win. They won their first game against Cincinnati at home. They're a tough team to beat, man, and I feel like they'll come together as the season goes on. They'll get better.
All right. I got Go Pack Go at number 5.
Good one.
Like the way they've been playing. I think they're going to get a win here against Denver to go to 3-0. And it looks like that division could be theirs for the taking.
They're a plus 55. They've scored 82. They've only given up 27. They play Kansas City this week, but for 2 weeks, Baltimore has been one of the best teams in the league. Their schedule's been weak, but I feel like they deserve the props for mopping the floor with these 2 teams. 82 plus 55 differential is I believe other than New England, it's the best in the league. So I'll give the props to Baltimore and put them in at number 5. All right, number 4 on the list. Ryan, who do you have?
I got the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, they look good. I don't think they've been challenged that much, but guess who they got next? Miami Dolphins. They're going to go to 3-0. Give them credit. They look good. It's similar to Baltimore. I have the same type of reasoning, but give them credit. Dallas falls number 4 in my Fine 5.
I will give the Cowboys their credit. They are number 4 in my Fine 5 right now. And, it was between them and the Packers for me, and I decided to go with the Cowboys.
I've got Green Bay, 31-4, 19 against. They've played, both games in the division, and you go 2-0 in the division to start the season. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. So I'm going to give Green Bay their early props. They are number 4 in the Fine 5. Number 3, I've got Dallas, 2-0, plus 28, 66-4, 38 against. They've won at home. They've won on the road. They've won 2 games in the division. They're 2-0 in the conference. And I think you got to say the very early MVP conversation's got to have Dak Prescott in there. So they're number 3 in my Fine 5.
All right, my number 3, guys, is the LA Rams. I think they've looked strong. We'll see how they turn out. Points, 28.5, ranking in the top 10. Rushing yards, 140 a game, also ranking in the top 10. They look strong. Give them some credit as well. I have them at number 3.
As do I. I have the LA Rams. That's a team that I did not respect very well. It's not that I didn't respect them, but I thought they were going to be one of those teams that has a Super Bowl hangover.
Yep.
And maybe gets hit with injuries and not as deep. And who knows? 14 weeks left, they might. But as we sit here today, and that's what this poll is about, they have been very impressive so far. 2-0.
All right, and number 2, Kansas City. The Chiefs looking good. Both wins on the road. They have piled up the points, 68, 36 against. They're a plus 32. 2-0 on the road. Been very impressive. They come home this week for the first time. I got the Chiefs as number 2 in the Fine 5.
The Chiefs, I also got them looking really strong. Darwin Thompson hasn't even gotten into a rhythm yet. I
It's
expect
all over
him to
when they
break
do, when
out
he
onto
does.
the scene. Points a game, MG, you alluded to it, 34 passing yards. They lead the league at 406. Patrick Mahomes looked like he could be on pace to another MVP trophy, so they fall in at number 2 for me.
Number 2 for me as well. They are, listen, the only reason why they're 2 on my list and number 1 is about defense, not about offense. The Patriots clearly have a defense that they are riding right now. Well, their offense is great, but their defense has been even better, if you can believe that. The Chiefs, they got that 4-3. It's coming along. I just think that right now it's not as potent defensively as New England.
Yeah. And New England's number 1 across the board. They are a plus 73 on the season. To put it in perspective, we told you the Dolphins are a minus 92. They're a plus 73, and the Patriots. Now, how come we're not saying that? The Patriots only played the Dolphins? We're giving them all the credit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like weird that they get the benefit of the doubt for some reason.
I mean, just based off my entire lifespan, I give them a slight benefit, but they're my number 1 as well. Newsflash.
All right, that's our fine 5 and ugly 5 here on the Sports Bash. Patriots at the top of everyone's list. Dolphins at the top of everyone's list. Kansas City as well. It seems like, the 1 and 2, there's a drop-off. You got Patriots, Kansas City, and then kind of like, I don't know. I mean, Dallas, to me, I like Dallas more than you guys, so I had them at 3, and I think they're comparable. But I think all season long, I don't know that those 2 guys are going to drop, but I think the 3, 4, and 5 spots are going to constantly keep churning as this season progresses. I mean, there's a lot of parity and some good teams, but the AFC definitely seems a little weaker.
Well, we all have, 1, 2 AFC, Patriots, Chiefs, and then the next 3 we all have NFC.
Right.
So as we talked about yesterday, the AFC is very strong at the top there, and after that, it's really all about the NFC.
And I have 4 AFC teams in my ugly 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are my only NFC team in it. So
Yeah,
there you go.
I actually have the Baltimore in my fine 5 to put another AFC team
that's
over
right.
there, and I do have 2, and I have 2 NFC East teams: the Giants and the Redskins, and 2 AFC East teams. So the East football right now has been pretty bad.